Hey, it's Eric G. Around the House is sponsored by Baldwin Hardware. For 75 years, Baldwin Hardware has been known for its first-class quality and craftsmanship in door and cabinetry hardware. As an alumnus of the Baldwin Hardware Design Council, I can say I have seen the details and quality from design to the finished product. If you're looking for a new style and old-world craftsmanship, I can tell you there is only one Baldwin Hardware. Check out what would look great in your home at baldwinhardware.com.
It's Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House show, where we usually talk home improvement every single week. But this is a special show that I wanted to do because you as our listeners have heard him on Around the House and intro music for a number of years. And now this guy, my friend, is crushing the voice. Jaeden Luke, welcome back to Around the House, because you've been here for a while, my friend.
Thank you so much. Crushing. I like that. This is a good intro. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful to be here, and just want to say hi to all the viewers. I feel like I know you guys a little bit from Eric playing my tunes for this whole time. So it's such a pleasure to speak for you guys and speak to Eric right now.
Yeah, man, this is fun. And I mean, crushing it. When I turn around and I'm on social media and I see all of a sudden Jimmy Fallon, you're on Jimmy Fallon all of a sudden, and all of a sudden I'm looking around and Entertainment Tonight has you as a lead story. It's like, okay, this isn't the kid that was just playing in front of 15 people 5 years ago at a winery. Now he's out crushing it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's weird. It's one of those really surreal things that I think my whole life I work towards and I pray for, I guess. But I think once it actually happens, it's like, oh, like here we are, I guess. But
and you probably
thankful for
you
it
probably
all.
don't even realize it, but I remember you in a car seat.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember that.
I know you don't, but do you remember when you were little and your dad remodeled your kitchen?
Very vaguely. Just a little bit. Yeah, I know you did. I know you did. You have full responsibility for every time we go in the kitchen. It's Eric's kitchen. It's not.
I'd probably walk over there since that was so long ago, and I'd go, "Oh man, I'd do it differently, like this and like that." And it's kind of like when you go back and listen to old music.
I was just gonna say,
man, I wish I would have.
Yeah, you should hear me about my CDs, but
but that's the natural progression, right?
Yeah,
if you're not learning something and getting better. But I wanted to talk to you about first, before we talk about kind of your group of what's been going on with your career here and how you've been growing your tribe out there. I got to ask you some questions because, like, first one here, this one kind of actually made me a little jealous. Yeah, you just had Gwen Stefani say, "What? I love this guy."
Oh man, I'm glad I couldn't hear them say that while I was singing, because I would probably be like totally losing it.
I gotta ask you, what was that like? And we're gonna go into some of these other things here, because that's not just where we're starting with this, but what did it feel like? You gotta have nerves walking up on there. It's like, all right, you're on.
Oh my gosh.
And you're walking out in front of a crowd. You have people that you've got to perform to, and your not career is on the line, but that game is on the line. This is that, fourth down in the Super Bowl kind of thing. And I got one play to go here. And in this game, I got to land that thing. And of course you land it, but what did it feel like to see the first Blake turn around and hit that button?
Oh my gosh, dude. It was, I don't even know how to put it into words, honestly. Like the whole time being backstage and before going on, it's like this whole journey, I feel like I've always just been like praying for this opportunity and like almost just trying to be ready for this next step that, you know, God's going to bring me to. And so this whole time I was like, man, he's giving me an opportunity. All right. Like I have to really like show up here. And it's a weird thought being backstage, like knowing that the next 90 seconds, how you sing could like either make or break like your future, you know? And so
and it's not all about that one game, but in the current moment,
absolutely.
There's a big road that you have a door opening to. And it's like, all right, can you kick it open?
Exactly.
Can you kick it open?
Exactly. Especially since there were a lot of like talented singers from the previous day of blind auditions who didn't go through. And we heard from them like, oh yeah, nerves just got to me. And like, we see all these super talented people going home and like, it's like, oh my gosh. But yeah, man, I think just walking on that stage and just like remembering why I'm there and why I'm ready for something like this. But yeah, right when Blake turned, like, it was like, okay, I'm in. I could like relax now. But I will say it was nice, like having with my mom and sister there backstage. It just like part of me just felt like I was home singing in my living room for them. So that was a really very nice blessing.
Put yourself in a safe space, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're singing, Blake turns around, and then Legend drops around. That was awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I mean, dude, how crazy was that? And I do have to say that your diss of Legend there that was slight was so well played.
You know, it's so funny because John is probably like the most classy, like sophisticated, well-spoken guy like I've probably ever met. And yeah, like he came to the Chateau Saint Michel winery last year, and like it's so funny because like it wasn't even like his call to like have me open or not. It's just because I opened there before and I really wanted to open for him, but somehow his team didn't like actually like go with me.
I wasn't down to him. It was some like third level manager. Exactly. Right?
I don't even think he like needed an opener. He was probably traveling with an opener, but I don't know. I was just having fun with him at that point. But of course, Blake took that and ran with it, which was, you know, what I expected to happen, but it was fun.
That was it. And that was awesome. And that just made me laugh. But I gotta ask for all the ladies out here right now. We're going to play a couple clips here from The Voice that I gotta ask you about here. And here's the first one that we're going to jump into.
I am so mad that my team is full because your voice is so special. My first thought was, I'm going to steal this guy too. But hearing you talk about 50s and 60s and 70s, and then Gwen was like, oh my God, I love that song. I was like, Gwen should steal you first, and if she can't, I'll save you, baby.
Thanks for saying baby. I might have been singing it for you, so.
Oh my God. Wow, Jaeden, you're making my whole day.
He is swiping right now.
Thanks, Jaeden.
Well
so
done, sir.
Dude.
Well done. Well played there.
Thank you. You know, a lot of people have been asking me about that, and like always my response is like, someone had to do it. Like, Camila is way too like sweet and gorgeous and amazing to go a whole season without anybody like recognizing.
But wait, hold on a second. I've got one more here that I need to bring up that I snagged off of Jimmy Fallon here.
This one's good.
This one's good.
Thank you
I
so
was
much.
like hot and flustered for a second there.
Hey.
That was a really sexy arrangement of the song.
Well, it is my team. I mean.
Hi again.
I missed you.
I miss you too. Okay, Jaeden, your tone is so beautiful. I want to hear it in my ear. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. That was a joke. I want to hear it on a record. I think you as an artist, like as the whole package, is special, and you're my boyfriend.
I don't know how you get better than that in life, honestly.
No, dude. I mean, come on. You've got all the news stories talking about your pseudo love affair. And I fully realize this is television. It's not like you guys are going out to dinner and stuff right now, but
hey, don't count it out. But
oh no, hey,
I get what you're
you know,
I'm kidding.
Oh no, hey, I'm going to be serious with you here, brother. I mean, you and I have talked for years about your music career.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't put that past you at some point here because, and I say this respectfully, and this is all adorable and awesome with that, how that worked out and how cool it is. But to me, I've said, hey man, you're going to be doing A. You've done A. We've gotten through B. I think we even got to C where you're working with my friend Nicole Witt, in Nashville. You guys did that song together.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you got Gwen Stefani telling the world that she loves you. And of course you got Camila here and that whole on-screen love affair going on. A little tongue in cheek, but dude, with your future, it's just going to be hard to say.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Someone, said something to that, like to me. And I was like, yeah, I honestly, if you told me, all this would be happening, there's no way I would believe you, honestly, like a year ago. So if a year ago or if a year from now, you'd be telling me, I'd be whatever. I think at this point, it's like, sure, let's do it. However, it's gonna look.
I mean, let's go to one last clip here, and this talks about your career a little bit. I thought this was great.
Hi, Jaeden. One thing that we haven't talked about yet is that badass mullet that you just drug up on the stage, man.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And just as much as I love your voice, I love your direction as an artist in that music. Gwen's not kidding. We listen to Brett all the time. I'd rather listen to that stuff than
me?
No, I love you, and I need your help right now. I love your music so much.
He was sitting there lobbying for you hard, and that was amazing.
I love that. I feel like Blake is like a proud uncle almost, and like being on his team. He's like such a nice like father figure or uncle figure. So it's pretty cool.
That is awesome. I was going to say, what's it like when you're standing up there, and we're not going to give any secrets away of the show here, so we're going to play this super safe so we can keep everybody at NBC happy, because I don't want to make them mad by any means, because we're going to follow by the rules. I rarely follow by the rules, but this is going to be that one time. What's it like when we talked about how they turned around, but what's it like when now you're not singing anymore and you're talking, and now you have to make a choice because you had two legendary artists up there that either one could help you along the way.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I like going into this, I was just hoping to be on John's team like the whole time. Like the whole time leading up to it, I was like, man, I hope John turns for me. I really want to be on his team. I don't know what it is. This actually happened to a lot of my like contestant friends. Like most of the people actually picked someone that they didn't think they were going to choose. And I don't know what it is. I looked over.
Just the moment, right?
Yeah, just the moment. I looked over at my mom and sister. I'm like, guys, I'm not good at decision making yet to help me here. But they're like, I don't know.
And they're on camera too. So they're like, we're not going to sit there and, we're not sticking our arm out for you on this one. So
but honestly, and how I chose Blake, I say like the finger convinced me, because
he was doing the pointing down like me.
Yeah. And like, that was honestly like true, because like for years I've been watching the show and I see that famous finger and I was like, holy cow, he's doing it for me now. Like I have to. But I'm so glad, like being on Blake's team has been like the coolest, most fun like journey. So, I mean, you couldn't go wrong going with John, but like, I'm very thankful to have chose Blake for sure.
I know you well enough to sit there and say there is not any one of those four people up there.
Oh yeah.
You'd have been happy with.
Yes, absolutely. I would say if Carson Daly came over and like turned his chair for me, I'd be happy going Carson. If
You're
that
like,
was
all
even
right, cool. We're in the game. Let's go.
Exactly.
Right? So, and then basically cameras go dark after it's done and you walk off and you have to kind of come down from that.
Oh my gosh.
Like high of, oh my gosh, I'm not going home right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so weird. That was probably the weirdest like moment in my life, is just like going back into like the van with my mom's sister, going back to the hotel and stuff. it was just like what just happened? Like it literally, it's weird. It seemed like it was all like just such a dream. And I still wasn't even sure if all the coaches were real. Like, are they like holograms or something? Like, I was like, what? Because it happened so fast. You just go in there and you kill it, and then you leave, and then, all right, good job. You made it. It's like, wait, slow down. But yeah, crazy, man.
And then you're doing film schedules, so it's not like you're gone for 6 weeks or anything. It's like, boom, you get right after it, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty fast. So it's, I guess just being ready for everything and anything. But man, I'm so thankful things worked out this way for sure.
And it was cool to see your mom and sister on there. I haven't seen your mom in a while, and your sister for even longer. But I got to give some credit to your dad out there too, because man, he has been your cheerleader so much, and him being a very personal friend of mine that's been my coach from time to time in life when I was getting my butt handed to me. It's been fun to watch him be your cheerleader.
Oh man, I'm so blessed for him and lucky for him. We have all these ongoing jokes because my dad wasn't able to be down there because we had a senior dog at home to take care of. But it's funny because he says that, everyone thinks everyone's gonna love me even more because they think that I'm gonna be have a single parent. My parents are divorced because my poor dad wasn't down there. He was like, oh yeah, you're gonna get all the foster families on your team, all the people who think you don't have your parents together, which is so funny because my dad is my number one fan, cheerleader, supporter with everything. And so, if you can't see it enough on the show, I know how close we are and how thankful I am for everything he does.
You have a solid family, man. Out of all the people I know that I go, all right. And, growing up is hard enough out there, but, man, I tell you what, out of all the people I see growing up, you have one of the best support systems from a family that, it's quite frankly, in today's age, slightly unusual because it's, not that life is a storybook, but you got it about as close as you're going to get it.
No, dude, it's so true. I don't know how I'm this lucky or blessed for my whole family, but I never, never take those things for granted or those people for granted. And I definitely think, or I definitely know the reason I'm here right now is from all the love they've given me and the support and to have a chance to pursue a dream like this. How many talented people don't even get an opportunity to have a platform or an opportunity to do what they love to do. So man, I'm thankful every step of the way so much.
I know you are, and you're so gracious with that. To me, it's amazing. This is why I've got Jaeden on the show today, is that it just seems like yesterday that your dad was sending me a video off his phone going, hey, as a dad, I'm always going to be a cheerleader, but I think he's got skills, right? And I was, are you kidding me? And that's when I made the introduction for you to go talk to my buddy Bob.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who I grew up playing music with, that I played in bands with, and is a Seattle, guitar music teacher, independent guy, and that's kind of where you're working towards, coming from playing in the house to, living room stuff with friends to, okay, that was kind of, it seems to me, your first step into, hey, this could be a career. I'm not going to be just working at the sporting goods store.
Yeah, absolutely. And you definitely kind of paved that step for me and my whole path. And I actually just want to say a quick shout out to you, man, so much. I already know your viewers love you, but even more so, I just, want to say how much you have been just one of the most important people in my life, man. Not just as an artist, but as a person too, because I came into this field. I have no idea what I was doing. I didn't know anybody. And man, Eric has always been oh, I know someone to help you with this, or let me help you with this or that, or kind of show you the ropes. And so, man, I don't think I would have been able to navigate any of this without you. And even just the support and everything from the start, I can't thank you enough, man, so much. And so it's like, I definitely think that, God gives you these people in your lives, and for a very like special reason. And so I definitely like attribute so much of my success to you and for helping me get this whole thing started. So like I said, your viewers already loving you, but I just want them to know how much like I appreciate you, man, and how much your family for everything. So yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Dude,
Thanks,
of course.
brother.
I
And
love
it's
you
so
big
great
time.
to help. And I already know the address to send the check to for that, so I'll make sure you get that out cut the rest of the day.
Dude, not at all, man. I love you so much.
I love you too, brother. Love you too, brother. And it's just been so fun to watch. I mean, it was just so surreal sitting there watching that on TV going, here he is, here he is. And that was really fun. And you've got just so many great things going. I mean, you've been playing in Washington up there in the wine country, doing gigs at a lot of little wineries, and quite frankly, making good money doing it. And now I think the world is going to be completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. And like this little Woodinville corner here is like the perfect little singer-songwriter avenue and opportunity to have a place to play and grow. And you kind of saw that in the home follow they showed all of Woodinville. But yeah, man, like at this point, whatever shows, wherever I'm going to be, it's like you said earlier, if all this has happened, like I think I could just say yes to anything and everything, because like
It's
sky's the
coming.
limit,
Exactly. So for all the single ladies out there, want to know, are you single?
Yes. I don't know why I had to think
There
about
we
that.
go.
I don't know why I had to think about that for so long.
All right.
I'm going to go with yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're not chasing the ladies out right now, but I got a feeling they're going to be chasing you. I mean, if you got Gwen chasing after you in front of her husband and Camila's love affair there, I think you got a good resume.
I think that's a good start for sure. Yeah. Yeah. But I also expect Eric not just to set me up with musical connections. I just expect him just to provide everybody in life. So
right now, as your dad's listening to this, is going, no, don't let Eric pick that. Don't let Eric pick that, because I've made some pretty bad decisions in the past, and he's seen those. So he's going to go, no, whoa. I mean, I figured it out now. My life is wonderful. My wife is great, but I did make some bad decisions earlier on in life that he witnessed. So I'll probably defer back over to Dad on that.
No,
one.
man, I feel like that's how we find our ways. And so, I'll do whatever you sign me up for, man.
Oh, there we go.
You're my coach. You're my mentor.
Well, good. Then I'll go through and make sure and take a peek at it now that I've been trial by fire. That's great. So I know there's things we can talk about and things we can't talk about, but let's talk about some of your albums and stuff out there that you've done in the past, since that's probably a good subject to talk about here.
Yeah.
I remember that first CD you popped out, and man, I liked it then, and you just keep growing as an artist. And I think one of these things that got you ready for this show is that you were jamming on a lot of different styles.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. I think one of the coolest things of having, this opportunity of the voice is to have my like artistry set and my artistry, known, I guess, and like know who I am as an artist, because for me, it's really cool when you see someone singing. It's cool to see what's in their heart, like what do they want to express artistically, like not just not karaoke a song, not just cover a song, but like really make it your own. And so, with the Bread song I did for the audition,
dude, that was a choice of a lifetime right there.
Thanks, man. And for everything else I sing, I literally, like, my goal is to make it sound like something I wrote, And so having recorded different EPs and, throughout the last like 5 years and stuff, I found my sound and I know who I am as an artist. And my last EP, it's called the Anywhere EP. That was like right, my first like project that was really like my sound. And I just like, it's so cool
You
how
kind of
these things
found
work.
it, right?
I just found it and I just finished the project. And then like, I swear it was like the week after I got the call that's saying, hey, you're going on The Voice, you know, you're flying down, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, man, I'm glad I found my sound now. And it's so cool to see the response like on YouTube and like everything from my blind audition. People are like, man, like I totally hear your sound and I feel it. And that's what like the coaches were saying is like, beyond just like singing the song, we feel you as an artist. And that was my whole goal. Cause I mean, that's every songwriter's dream, you know, is to be like received.
Yes.
So yeah, it's been, yeah, I don't know how these things all work out, but I'm glad they all do. Yeah.
It just does. So what was it like picking that song? A little inside, a little behind the curtain there on that. I'm sure they give you a catalog, right? And say, pick one, right?
Pretty much. Absolutely. And yeah, I saw that one from Bread, and that really is like my mom's favorite song. And so we always like, Bread is kind of a special thing in our family just because it's so same thing. It's they're so expressive and like so much soul and stripped down, and like my mom and I just groove to that so much. And so
we go Neil Diamond in this house. So my house, it's Neil Diamond. So we jam on that. Julie and I jam on that all the time.
I love it. So. Yeah, same, man. And so I was like, oh, I have to do this. And so I think I was going between a couple songs when I was supposed to pick, and I played them for my mom. She's like, it has to be Bread. Like, there's nothing sweeter than that. And and so and it turns out it was like Gwen's favorite group and stuff. Favorite stuff. So it was cool. And like everybody loves that. It's like America just it's like it's timeless, you know? And so it's classic.
It's like Wonder Bread and the summer barbecue and the, you know, just it's just that comfort food almost for your soul.
Oh, totally. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm really glad that they let me sing that one. But
so I got to ask you too, what was it like with, you know, you've got two people, of course, that can pick you for their teams. You've got Gwen and Camila sitting there. It had to have been interesting when Camila comes on, and dude, you were quick on the comebacks, man. I thought I was surprised how well you did, and you're fast, and I love that. But man, your comebacks and how you responded, and there's a lot of people on this show, and I'll back up just for a second. There's a lot of people on this show that come up there that have decades of professional music experience.
Yeah.
And they get up there and they sing beautifully. But when the music stops, so does kind of the artistry and the personality, right?
Yes.
They're almost nervous. They aren't communicating. Man, you went out and said, okay, that was my performance. Now you get to know me. And your quick snap back to Camila on the well, I might have been singing about you was just brilliant. And then it was so funny because body language, if you read it, everybody was like, whoa. Wow. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
did the producer say anything to you afterwards? Go like, wow, man.
I mean, Carson said it after. He was like, forget Team Blake. Let's talk about flirting with Camila. But yeah, no, man. I mean, I don't know. This whole time, like while I'm singing, I'm like, you know, losing my marbles because here I am playing for her, you know, because like I said, who doesn't have a crush on her? And then when she said, "I'll steal you, baby," like how can I not run with that? Like that was my chance to tell her I love her. So
I mean, the door's wide open. You got that chance, you know.
Yeah, but she's so sweet, and like all four of them are so down to earth and so personable and just like very kind-hearted people. And so it was really easy to just open up and just talk about whatever. They've really made it like easy to. So you know, just so great to be around.
What's funny is I saw Gwen Stefani at your point in your career now.
Oh, you're kidding.
Playing at Disneyland.
Dang.
In the early 90s.
Dang, that must have been something
when she was playing
in
the early days of No Doubt.
Wow. Oh, dude. That's
and I
killer.
have their someplace I have their demo cassette
No
that
way.
I bought there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sick.
I don't think they were
wow.
even signed at that point. It was just a demo cassette. So
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, Gwen's. I mean, like she's so killer. I mean, she's like rock and roll because from No Doubt and everything. But she's like, she's like one of the coolest people I've met because she does like she's done everything, and and she appreciates everything, and like she's so sweet and she's like rock and roll too. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, people go, oh wow, these stars. She had to grind it out in the music scene like everybody else has to get where she's at. And and I think what's made her successful is one, she's super talented. I've always had a crush on her, and it's always been. It was funny. Julie was giving me a hard time, my wife, about Jaeden got the I love yous before you did, and I'm like, I know you got me. That's good when the Jedi is going. Out there and doing better. It was funny. We were laughing. That's why I sent you that picture. I was like slightly jealous, man.
Hey, well, it's everything you taught me. So you
see,
hopefully take responsibility.
But it's just funny how that people like that have had to really work hard to do this. And she's been able to pivot. And there's so many musicians out there that like, if she hadn't have been able to pivot, it's like, oh, No Doubt. Okay. They're kind of done. They're tired. They want to kind of go their own directions. And then they disappear.
Mm-hmm.
How many artists have gone, all right, I made it. I did this. And they just stay in their lane so tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
That they can't go, hey, I'm going to do this. And I remember when Gwen did that pivot to more pop from the No Doubt stuff, I was like, I know this is smart, but okay, I'm hesitant. And it was a smart move for her because she doubled her audience.
Oh, totally. Like to have that successful of a career, like in a band and as a solo artist. And that's why she knows so many like genres too. And like because every singer here was just so different, but like, it's cool to see how much she knew about each lane, each genre, and appreciate it. And like had so many things to chime in from that. And so I think those are like the most talented type of artists who can really like have that big range of, appreciation for that. And I mean, she's had success in like all of it too. So it's just so cool.
Oh yeah. I think the only one that she hasn't messed with, and she has actually because of her husband, but country would be the only other one that I go. But then of course she's rocking the country charts doing her duets with Blake. So I'm like, oh, well, she's done country too. So I think she's hit just about every popular genre.
Oh,
out
I know.
there.
I know. She's insane. She's so insane. And so
but
humble
you're
too.
not that different as well, though. I mean, I've heard music of yours out of your back catalog where you were, Shawn Mendes mixed with Ed Sheeran.
Yep.
Then you kind of went into a more almost R&B hip hop genre for a little bit, and then country.
Yeah.
And you've been bouncing around finding your voice as well, which has been fun to watch.
Yeah, my thing is I just like everything. So like once I get, and I just go from phase to phase with what I listen to. So every time I'm in one of those phases, I like write a song in that genre. And then, here we go. It's just like every genre I make, but like definitely, this last EP I did. And then just from being down here and finding my sound, I think this whole folk singer-songwriter acoustic realm, kind of like how that whole Bread song sounds like that really is my sound, but it's nice to do other things for fun too, and to be able to connect with other people. And that's actually like was such a cool thing about being down there around all the contestants, because we would have like so many jam sessions. And that's
the influences part that you're making.
Oh my
friends,
gosh,
and it's got to be just wonderful.
Oh, it was amazing. And so it's so great. I would take my, guitar with the country group and do all that, bluegrass picking and like sing all those, those great honky tonk songs. And then, I would go right over to the gospel group, singers singing church songs, and we would do worship together, and like just bounce around from genre to genre. And it's really cool that you could just like kind of, make all these connections, and, cause music speaks even more than talking. So like you go there and you sing with people, and like you're just instantly bonded. And so I think that's why also just like the whole family of people I met there is like one of the coolest parts of being down there, because everybody was just so great. And like I said, they're just so so much like family. So that was for sure the coolest, like one of the most little hidden blessings I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, and I mean, all of you guys are going to end up hanging out and being friends probably after, and who knows what doors that opens, right? I mean,
exactly.
Whoever wins, whoever keeps going, down the road, however that road is traveled, you've made some great relationships with people that, man, you could collaborate with and everything else. And who knows, maybe when Blake or, John or Gwen or Camila go on tour here, they're like, hey, Jaeden, what you up to?
Yep. I'll be there. I'll be ready.
Oh, yeah. I know you will.
Yeah, totally.
I know you will. Well, Jaeden, I know that you've got to get, because you have TV crews lined up outside your house. It's looked like the president's there because you got people lined up out the front door. Inquiring minds want to know, I'm sure, but they're all out there. But what is the best way for people to find your music right now?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, I would say if you could check me out on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube, all my originals are up there. On Instagram, I'm at Jaeden Luke Music. Facebook too, even kind of getting on the TikTok scene too. But yeah, thank you. I mean, so much for having me, Eric. I was saying before the show, like how much of a full circle moment this is from, you just hearing my songs from the start to now like being on your show. And it's such an honor and just such a blessing for all this that I really don't take for granted. So thank you for, just being so incredible and supporting me and getting me to this point. So,
oh man, that's your talent that's got you there. I'm just happy to lend a hand along the road. And
thanks, man.
We're just at the start of that. So that's the cool part, is there's a long, long road ahead for you, my friend.
Thank you so much, man, for everything.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on today, man. And you've been listening to Around the House.
I'll live half as long, to smile twice as much, if it means getting rid of this misery. God, pick up the phone, I can't fight alone. I need someone to tell me that, sister, you are so beautiful. I don't care what you tell yourself. Sister, you are so beautiful. I don't care if the others will hate how you laugh or make fun of the clothes that you wear.
Thanks again for listening to Around the House. If you'd like to support the show, maybe buy me a coffee, a cocktail, a beer, or just leave a tip. Head over to buymeacoffee.com/ATH Eric G. That's buymeacoffee.com/ATH Eric G. And the link is in the show notes. And thank you for being a part of Around the House.
Girl, you're perfect, don't change a thing, darling, I swear. Sister, you are so beautiful. I don't care what you tell yourself.
Hey, it's Eric G from Around the House. Are you planning a decking or siding project this year? If you are, you've got to check out my friends at Millboard. Millboard is a completely different kind of composite decking and cladding that enhances outdoor spaces with enduring distinction. Hand-molded from the finest oak, it realistically mimics the natural grain and color of premium hardwood. If you're looking for something that doesn't look like plastic and instead real wood, check out millboard.com. Make sure and check out that interview we did just a few weeks back. That's millboard.com.